Hi everyone, I'm your lovely host Becca and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Last memorable thing I remember doing is that uh what's her name, Melissa, I think. She bet that she would win in either way, if I didn't choose to accept it's on like a losing thing. So if I do actually have an involvement in playing the game, hopefully I'll win and nothing bad will happen. So apparently nothing, I'll get nothing if I win, but at least she won't say or lie about anything that it did. Simon, what are you doing here? Everyone is looking for you. Sitting here, as you can see. She frowned. Well, let's go. I don't want to. She looked away. She's like, oh god, you're such a dummy. I don't want to be around you. Why not? I don't want to. I sat beside her. Listen, I don't like the idea of this contest myself, but we can't let everyone down. I surely didn't sound like myself there. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't even think of saying something like that. Xena looked at me with a surprise on her face. So everyone is waiting for me? Isn't that exactly what I said? Yes. I won't go anyway. She frowned and hid her face. She has such an attitude, I gestured with my arms, wondering. I don't know how to play cards. I could have just said that. So what? Same problem here. Then how can you play? Well, you can only do things that you read about in books or something? Of course. She was surprised. And what if you end up in Antarctica and have to rely on hunting polar bears to survive? Polar bears don't live in Antarctica. Xana smiled. Doesn't matter, it's just an example. Come on, it's not like someone's life depends on the result. She took her time to think. I just don't want to let anyone down. Right. I agreed sarcastically. And don't you think about anything funny about that? I didn't get what you meant, but anyway. Obviously, everyone has their weak spots. In a minute, we both were back at the canteen. Everyone looked at Electronic, so he cleared his throat. Each round consists of one game. In case of a draw, you play the game. After the loser drops out and the next round begins. Since the number of volunteers, he looked at me. Since the number of players is just 8, we'll have only 3 rounds. Is everything clear? The crowd cheered. I don't want to play this minigame. I'm actually playing this minigame. What are the prizes? The prizes, what are they? Oh, we already had this conversation. Liana cut it out. Sylvia stepped forward and tried to catch Liana. I won't rest until the prize is mine. It seemed like this girl alone had enough energy for a warp jump to Alpha Centauri. I don't know. Prizes, prizes. She repeated it over and over and over. Stop it. Maybe she does look like a kid, but then I bet she's like the oldest one out of all. Sylvia tried to reason with her. The electronic seemed to be getting dizzy from all its running around. Let's start already, I said calmly and added to Liana, or you won't get any prizes. Looks like my argument got through to her, so she took her place. Sylvia followed her, giving me a grateful smile as she passed. Pioneer finally settled down. I brushed the table that Lena sat behind. You don't mind? She looked up and blushed. Don't worry, I don't know the rules myself. And how can I be sure that it's not only myself? Sit down. Turns out we'll have to play the first round together. Yes. Finally, Electronic started to explain the rules. Look at the cards carefully. There are exactly 6 of them in front of you. Hope everyone here knows how to count. Now you can look at them. They just like characters from the game. So they got a cat girl right there. After everyone has a look at their cards, Electronic moves on. The rules here are similar to poker. I don't know how to play poker. I don't gamble. I hope everyone knows how to play. Nope. I knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. The closest thing I've ever played close to poker was in a Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End game, and they had a card game that was supposed to be like Texas Hold'em, and I still don't know how to play it really. I don't even remember. I was better at Liar's Dice, and if this was BS, I'd be so good at this game because I know how to play BS like a pro. Knew the rules, but wasn't so sure about the others. First of all, it's a top card, then one pair, then two pairs, then three of a kind. And so on. No flushes or straights, though. I don't know this card for talk. I don't know how to play. I'm gonna lose. In the first round, you choose a card which you would like to take from your opponent. In turn, your opponent can choose to swap two of his cards around twice. Or you can choose not to do so if he doesn't need the card which you are taking. Take a note here that your opponent can see which cards are trading places. In the next step, your opponent takes a card he chooses, and so on. I think it's pretty clear. Wasn't too clear to me. Right. Hey, you, Einstein. Liana yelled at him from her table. Letrinico silently watching your air game nodded in approval, looks like. Now we're getting somewhere. Now during the opponent's trade card 3 times, keep an eye on each other. Penetrate your opponent with your eyes. I chuckled, penetrate. What's so funny? Oh, never mind. Try to keep a straight face. He stared at me for a moment, then moved on. And then we turned the cards to see whose hand is better. Letrinit went back to his diagram. Phew, that card is gone now. Glad I don't have it anymore. I don't know what to do with this game. This game's confusing. Someone else is probably like, I understand this game to a T. Well, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I guess. Oh, I want to keep that card. It's cute. I'll take this card, I guess. Oh, she wants that one. Oh, I don't care if she takes it. You can have it. Have a card. She's getting a lot of my cards. Thought I got a matching card, but not as this card I had last time. When does this game end? I just want to be done with it. Oh. Fail. How'd I fail? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. It's still frustrating to lose anyway. And at least I don't have to play against her. Maybe the bet won't matter now. Hopefully. I left the canteen. It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Where should I head to? This sounds like a good idea. Came to the beach. I was not in the best mood and I really had no desire to swim, but I still came to the water's edge and tried the water with my hand. The water was warm. Seems like it was still cooling down after such a hot day. Well, perhaps some other time I can come back to swim. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga must have been sleeping already. Strangely enough, she waited for me yesterday. Entered the cabin, quietly stroked and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hasn't gotten any clearer today. In fact, I've spent a whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never have even thought about doing something like this in the real world. Although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are only a few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt really tired, not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows how else tired. I just wanted everyone and everything to show off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself. Like, my character, he sounds so friggin' emo. Like, no idea. Or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to get used to it. So just like that, I'm not ready. My consciousness slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively hard to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. I rolled over and fell asleep. Am I on day 3 now? Am I? That'd be nice. Cause, yeah. I wonder if this game lasts for a week. I don't know. Like the last game I played. I don't know. I have no idea. The night left a feeling of anxiety behind. I woke up exhausted both physically and mentally. Happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects, and then you wake in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain, but that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. That's really early. I seem to be an early bird today. Olga was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer. Got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to take a look at myself. I'd better shave. Strange idea, before twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. Why do I even need it if it looks like I'm 17 at most? So, breakfast. Can't start earlier than 9 a.m. This means I have plenty of time, which I can spend on walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, that word is weird. Its refreshing coolness helped me brace up and come back to reality. Neither all these events could be called real. After I finish this game, it's only going to be a dream. Doesn't be sad. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair. Good morning, Simon. Morning. Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for 2 or 3 more hours. How come you got up so early? It just happened. And no neckerchief once again let me. I'll do it myself, not a big deal, on my way to the canteen. I don't think so, do it now. Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast? How could I ever forget? And what's the lineup going to be about today? We'll discuss the agenda for the day. So what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I can manage to avoid enemy locations. You'll find that out at the lineup. She gave me a wily smile. Olga, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather... Well, I believe that it's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I failed to control it right there. Where did all this courage come from? Yeah, 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down. Oh, fine. On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course we have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. You must take part in the camp activities today. You bet. Definitely, and now I'd rather... Come on, let's hit the road. I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do at the lineup. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seemed to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand what the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of Savoyak Camp and its residents, even if they seem to... Ooh, I clicked that too fast. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me my answers, or do I have to seek the truth elsewhere? Seems I overdid it a bit, with the thinking there's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better, 2 company, 3's a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an forest lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can even have a chat in peace, or at least try to have one. I was on the way to our table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by my sleeve. The end of the librarian. Get your meal and come, we need to talk. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon. Isn't this a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. Did I really promise Lena? Let me go back. I don't remember. Fine. I'm not sure why, but I accepted the invitation. What if I can learn something new? She is such a bookworm. A minute later, I was sitting in front of Zena with the tray and the simple meal on it. Porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, and sausage, and a glass of compote? Bon appetit. Thanks. Decided to act as politely as I could and also eat more neatly without chomping and spilling crumbs of food or drops of compote. So, what do you want to talk about? Today at the library. I wasn't listening from this point onwards. I immediately recalled Olga's words about the scheduled events for today. Don't forget. Oh, what? She said, don't forget to visit the library after lunch. What for? Were you even listening? Nope. Lol, that's funny. I admitted honestly. Xana's face turned red, then appeared green, then took on a soft purple color. Today after lunch, you in the library got it? Dunce. Dunce. That's an old word. What kind of curse is that? Though pioneers must never use a curse word, how could I forget this rule? Oh yeah, sure, I apologize, of course I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't really planning to go anywhere, but if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I totally lost count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexed and answered, have you gone completely bananas? Honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Xana didn't reply. So what year is it? I smiled kindly. Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary? Well, they'll tell me what year it is there? Oh, certainly, any of them more. Xenia stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal. But it looks like she won't turn back. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted hair cable. How would you know what that tastes like? I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. Pioneer sitting at the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me, and I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he for some reason left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. Had nothing to do in that place, though the nurse seemed quite caring. It's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Worse than my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Hi there, Pioneer. She came closer. You must be sick. Did you come for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Oh, Tron, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make an inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But word could be confused with both. Hi. Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seemed strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I have explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supply today. But Olga told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today. Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight after dinner you'll be here. Jesus, there's like so many places they want me to go to. Maybe Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. I could do it on my own. No way, there are lots of boxes. And a Pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. Actually, she looks like she's blushing. I don't think she's like... Well, maybe that is a little scary, I don't know. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also I've got more important things to do, but rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. Nice. That's how a true pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I barely came a step closer to the be prepared, always prepared motto. Then you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I guess all the time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist? That's a big word. Dots. So many dots. Where will you head next? Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We'd be standing at the square for some time, and my speculations about bug lives were only an attempt to escape the awkward situation. Though, why did I see it as awkward? Just don't forget, alright? Don't forget what? Well, tonight after dinner at the infirmary. Face got a slightly grumpy look to it. It actually looks cute. It doesn't look grumpy. No way, that's impossible. Alright, right after dinner I'm at your service. Not too late, at my words, Lena blushed even harder. Need to find a way to ease the situation. Why did the nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting on the bench reading a book when she came, and smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no. Okay. That's me. I can never say no. I try. I'm not good at it. Well then after dinner. Okay. I'll be off then. Yes, sir. Wait, yes, sure, yes. That was weird. She walked off somewhere besides the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? Decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Though having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like the electric guitar, three repeating chords no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. Wonder who that could be. Should go take a look. Who cares? I'm gonna keep on looking for answers. I'm gonna look. I'm curious. I'm a curious person. Coming to the stage area, I caught sight of Alyssa on the stage. Did you like it? She doesn't seem as surprised as I would have expected. Yeah, that was cool. Even though you're so mean. As if you could do any better. Smiled Alyssa slyly. I'm not saying that I can do it better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. Yep. I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way. Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? Thought it was a ball. Ball, dance party, what's the difference? She frowned. Yes, I did, and so what? Where are you going to go? After throwing those words, she turned away. I'm not sure, and you? What am I going to do there? Watch a herd of morons? There was some truth in Alyssa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. It's clear that it's not the idea of a ball that she hates, but why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know, but I thought that you would. Never liked them, she interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then? I asked just to keep the conversation going. We'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song Dumbass, you even heard it? Alyssa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I'll have to run for my life. Oh, she does look creepy or scary. She looks like she wants to kill me. Who wrote that song? I did. So you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Okay then. Don't you want to listen? Didn't I just hear it? That's not what I meant. She pouted. She is so Cinderella, but ooh, I'm gonna pop her sometime. But when she blushes, it's cute too. This sucks. The whole song is just a jam for now. Ah, come on, do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then. Felt uncertain about what she wanted from me. She's always like that. You mean you don't want me to play? Seems like I frustrated her. Get ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse. But there was only an upset expression on Alyssa's face. I want to, I told you. Come here to tonight, then I'll play it for you. For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said that you wouldn't go. I didn't say that. Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with Daviche was no good either. Olga won't like it. Screw her, said Alyssa, getting steamed up. Fine, I'll come. I think she's gonna kill me if I don't. Between shame at the dance party and Daviche's mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy. She smiled strangely. Which, I think I'm gonna cut the video right here for now. If there's a lot of clip outs or maybe blurred images, I edit out some parts because, there was a lot of areas that I think I saw that YouTube probably wouldn't like, and I don't want my channel to get banned possibly because I'm small and I'm working on building myself up more, but otherwise I hope you enjoyed the game so far, and it's really interesting. I really enjoy it. It's good. And if I do decide to edit some parts out, I'm sorry if there's missing sentences or clips, but this game is for free, so you guys can check it out and see it for yourself. If I do take out any more parts, and I mean, I'm making decisions I would typically like to make. Maybe you can make different decisions than I would, so, which I think that'd be cool because I know everyone likes making decisions and doing their own thing. So, hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later. Bye.